Hello, this is Greg Allison from Green Greg's Garden and Worm Farm, coming to you on the 22nd of January of 2020. Man, this decade's coming fast. A lot of things are happening. And like I said in the previous video, there's a train coming at us. It's coming real quick. Hello, Top Knot. Wow, you're the first one to comment. Awesome. Hey, Top Knot, I believe you ought to be a moderator. So let's set that. Anyway, so let me get on with it real fast here. Just to give you a quick rundown, then I will chat with some of you in the chat room here. The 2019-NCOV, or the coronavirus, as it's also known, popular, was probably covered up initially in China. That's what we can see. The case was that this started in the Wuhan city of China, Wuhan. And they initially on the 20 p.m. But we know that this thing has spread and spread a lot, and that's a low number of cases given how much it has spread. And in fact, we had an American who went into Washington State through the SeaTac Airport. That's the Seattle-Tacoma Airport, for those of you that don't know. I've been there a couple times. And this guy flew through there on the 16th. And he was sick, or he flew back on the 15th. And he was diagnosed as ill on the 16th. And on the 20th, they concluded that he had the coronavirus. So he had it for some days ago, and he came to the States, and Lord only knows who he's contacted. They at least diagnosed it very fast. I don't know of any other stories of it spread anyone else here, but apparently in China, this is rumored to be spreading among medical workers. There's a lot of things going on. But for something to be spread in so many countries, like it was in Thailand and Japan, even when there was just said to be just a very few handful of cases in Wuhan. So that's mighty fishy for something to spread that fast when there's so few cases. So it has all the smackings of a cover-up. In fact, there's one group that's claiming, let me see, I have a note on this here somewhere. It's, there's a group out of London, and let's see, I've got a note here somewhere. This London organization claims that there's, I can't find my note on that. Thought I had, the London MRC Center for Global Infectious Disease Analysis estimated there's 1,723 cases of the coronavirus in Wuhan as of the 12th of January. That's just the city of Wuhan. That's not all of China. And apparently, right after President Xi Jinping of China came out and said that they would get resolute with controlling this virus, that suddenly the number of cases tripled, because he said that those that hit it would have their name put on a pillar of shame, whatever that means in China. So apparently the underlings in the state, as typical in a totalitarian government, afraid of embarrassing the state, kept it quiet at first. And Xi Jinping realized the blowback, because a lot of people in China are unhappy. They're not trusting the government. And there may be an opportunity for us. An opportunity, let's see, somebody here says in China and Vietnam. So here's what's coming up. We need to be concerned about this, especially since what we're coming up on is the Chinese New Year. The Chinese New Year, I believe, begins on the 25th. And on the 25th, they're expecting 3 billion people to travel around China, and over 3 million of them to actually take overseas trips. 3 million people to leave China for international travel. There is a huge potential for spread of this disease given that. And it is transferred now from human-human contact. This seems to be a variant of the SARS virus. But get this, I saw this on Live Science. Live Science claims that the genetic analysis of it makes it look like it's half from bats and possibly even half from slithering snakes. Snakes, my friends. Snakes are cold-blooded animals. If you get a virus from snakes, I mean, typically humans get stuff that spreads from warm-blooded animals, like birds. And birds are very hot, so usually they're a little too hot for it to spread into humans. So unless the virus can handle cooler temperatures. So I guess maybe a cooler snake could spread something to us, but that's kind of odd. So and apparently it's a combination virus. Like I said, probably related to the SARS virus. They're saying it starts pneumonia, and apparently 17 are reported dead in China, although there's reports that there were a lot of people sick and some have died that aren't on the rolls of having this virus. So it could be a lot more. If it is 17 out of 543, then you're talking something like a 3% fatality. But you can't trust any of these numbers. We don't know what's coming out of China. We don't know how many it is. It's spreading around. So apparently there was a Chinese cover-up. Maybe they're trying to come more open now, but you can bet the officials that are told they're going to be in a pillar of shame are going to try to cover their rear ends. This is why you can't trust a totalitarian state. It's maybe lucky for the people of the world that Xi Jinping, whom I have I respect like I would enemy that has a lot of stuff pointed at me. You know what I mean? I respect him, but I don't trust him. Let's put it that way. You know, he does follow the rules of the art of, you know what, written by Sun Tzu. I have to watch what I say on here, or somebody will get you, right? So the situation is that a totalitarian state is not the best at really sharing information with its people. It's really good at taking information with its people. It's really good at trying to figure out what its people's doing, but it doesn't share it back around. It doesn't share the love. And you can only count on a totalitarian state serving the interest of the state, the leaders, as is the case with all governments, but it's worse with them. I tell you not to trust governments. I tell you, you can't trust any of them. The more powerful it is, the bigger it is, the least you can trust them. Like our founding fathers in America once said, the best government, or the government that governs best is the government that governs least, the smallest governments. The more local governments, the ones that are closest to the people, are the ones that's most accountable. So, yeah. Now, I just did a video standing by my swamp last weekend where I talked about biologicals. I talked about the threat of biologicals. I talked about a nuke in every pot and what that means. I talked about how technology is proliferating and how if we continue fanning the fires of hatred in this world, we can't survive. We've got to learn to get along. That's why I push for peace. Of course, there's going to be those who are not going to be on the agenda of peace. So we have to defend ourselves, but we also have to prepare. Now, if you're just starting to prepare now, you better run, you better hurry. I know some of you are just waking up and I'll try to help you, but I'm going to have to advance my agenda to more preventative measures and more proactive measures for our community, for our people, because guys, ladies, y'all should have been pepping 10 years ago. I mean, my gosh, you should have already done your homework. There's plenty of channels that got a lot of information out there, and that I'm putting information out there. Please look at what I put out there. But if you're not prepared, if you're not prepping, you better get up and run. You better get with it fast because it's coming. This decade is it has all these signs of being a wild ride, wild times. Like I said, the train is coming at us, but this train is not one train. We're like in a crossroads in the tunnel. It's multidimensional, and they're coming at us from every direction, my friends. So we've really got to be ready. We've really got to be ready. And Mr. D-I-K-I-D-I, Bill Gates wants tens of millions, could, where'd he go? Yeah, could be done out by bioterrorism. Yeah, he's also the same individual who tells us that he put out that population agenda on a TED Talk and talked about global warming. And essentially he said that, and I'm quoting him, not directly, but, look at the TED Talk if you can find it anymore. I think they've taken it down. But he had an equation for carbon and global warming. And according to his equation, the only way, he said that we had to get carbon down to zero. And the only way to do that, and the equation he showed, was to get the human population to zero, to do what he said. Of course, he says that's not what he's calling for, but that's what was in the equation. If you looked at that equation in the terms of the equation to accomplish what he was saying, that was the only way to do it. Of course, that's nuts. But we do know, and I mentioned previously, a certain set of stones that have been erected in Georgia, which do call for radical reduction. And yeah, Bill Gates is smart, right? But a radical reduction in population. Whatever it said, whoever put it up, he's not the only one saying it. Other people talk like this. So beware. The train is coming at us. It's coming at us from multiple dimensions. It's our job now to figure out how to stop as many of these trains as we can. Stop them, slow them down, or find the other tunnel, the light at the end of the tunnel, and hope that light is not the light of a train coming at us. So that's a good part of what we're going to have to do going forward. And yeah, we'll have more meditative sessions because I think the power of intention collectively can accomplish great things. If nothing else, silent protest can get the attention of powers that be and alert them that, hey, we're waking up. We're not going to put up with it no more. Whether you do or do not believe in power of intention. And I do. But that's another story. So I don't want to belabor all this too long, but we do know that this virus has made it to the United States. It may now come and enter in through several other airports with so many people from China traveling. A lot of them will be coming here. If you're in other parts of the world, they'll be coming there. You may be in China listening to this. There's good people in China. Absolutely. And like I said, I have actually dated about 3 different Chinese women, one from China, one was a Chinese from Indonesia, one was a Taiwanese. So great people, good people. But good people can be under the thumb of a big government. They can be under the thumb of a tyranny. So that's a whole nother thing. We have to worry about that. And we have to hope that they can be liberated. This may be the opportunity. A disease like this, making the people very unsatisfied, knowing that they've been lied to, misled, may be the opportunity for a meditative session. So I tell you what, how about we meditate 2 minutes after this telecon for 2 purposes. One, to limit the spread of this, the spread and lethality of the coronavirus, and 2, that we try to drive a crack in the power structure of China. That maybe the totalitarian system there could be overthrown. China could be a wonderful country. If China was a country that promoted freedom, the people there could accomplish so much. They have so much latent energy and potential in that country. If those people had freedom, oh my gosh, they would be awesome. It would be the unbelievable what the Chinese could accomplish. And we wouldn't be threatened by, like we are by totalitarian state. Yes, garlic, baking soda, bleach, Dawn. Yes, Susie Q. And I grow garlic, by the way. I also grow turmeric. We'll get into what to do here. So the next thing is, what do you do? Oh yeah, also I said pray for 2 things. 1, for this limit the disease, and 2, that there can be a crack in the power structure of China. That people there will start to wake up and that it will make a difference. That's what we can pray for and meditate for. And if you're in China, if you don't have faith, if you just stop for 2 minutes. So how about this? 2 minutes at Universal Mean Time or Greenwich Mean Time at 2 p.m. tomorrow. How about that? It's already the 23rd in China, in fact, now. So that's kind of not the date residences I was shooting for earlier, but it's fast. So what can you do? What do you need to do? 1, limit your contact with other people if this is going on, because that's how it spreads. If you can work from home, work from home. If you can avoid going to the grocery store, avoid going to the grocery store. You should have already had prepping supplies. This is maybe when you need to have prepping supplies. That's a whole nother reason to have prepping supplies. And more of this stuff I expect to be coming in the future. I expect more biological activity, a lot more. That is because the bio activities are the so-called poor man's nukes. They are the means that powers that be or any others could take out a lot of people if they so choose. You work in a grocery store. Well, Ms. Green, I'm sorry. We all work, and sometimes we can't work from home. And sometimes we're forced to work around a lot of other people. Wash your hands a lot. Don't touch the things that everybody touches. Those dadgum pens and all the checkout counters that expect everybody to sign on the glass with are some of the worst offenses in the universe. Because, if you grab what everybody else grabs, you're going to get what everybody else gets, especially the rhinoviruses. You pick them up on your finger, you wipe your eyes, your nose, your mouth, boom, you got it. So those things are nasty. They're dirty. You should never touch them. Grab a shopping bag or something. If you've got to use one of those, protest, tell them, hey, I don't want to use that. You can go to Walmart or Sam's Club and you can tell them that I don't want to sign this thing, and you can tell them that to click the, and most of the checkout people don't know it, but I do this all the time. I tell them to click the, what is it? It's not canceled, is another word for it. But anyway, it's, shit, if we get in terms, I can't bog this telecom down with that, or this podcast. Okay, Connie carries 90%. Hey, I actually rubbing alcohol in my vehicle. I got it in various places in the house. Have something to sanitize your hand with. Have something to and wash your hands often. And remember, take vitamin C, a lot of vitamin C. Take vitamin D3 specifically. I would say right now you probably want 1,200 milligrams, maybe. I'm not a doctor, so I'm going to throw the disclaimer out there. I'm not offering medical advice. I'm just telling you what I would do. But before you do anything or take anything, check with your doctor. That's what they tell me to take because we have such freedom of speech in this country today, right? Yes, eat healthy. Take zinc, says Rick RKICF8. I don't know how to pronounce that. So now if you take a lot of vitamin D3, bear in mind if you took a whole lot of it, it could cause a sludge buildup in your veins, and the way to fight that is a good intake of vitamin K. And the best way to get vitamin K is some salads, green leafy vegetables. Green leafy vegetables is the best way to deal with that. Take turmeric, garlic, the vitamins I said, wash your hands like I said, limit your contact with others. If you work in public, still limit how much you touch others. You know, this is your new handshake. Wear the face mask. And if you got a beard, that's kind of hard to do, but I'm not shaving this beard because that's me. I'm tougher than the virus. I'll bite them. So, all right. So we've covered what's in front of us. We've covered the idea we'll do a meditative session. We've covered what are some of the things you can do. Check the links on many of my other videos. I don't know if I'll get it posted on here. Don't forget Worms for Greg. Yes, this is cute. Don't forget to check my links on my other channels. You can support my channel by buying my Patriot Supplies, which is a good way to have food supplies in your house so you don't have to go outside, so that you can survive times like this and other times to come. I'm going to tell you there's a lot more stuff coming at us, especially with the failing magnetic field of the Earth, making us more vulnerable to solar flares that could take out our power grid and cause other events. Check with Diamond and Oppenheimer Ranch Project because he talks a lot about these things. Suspicious Observers. Ben there talks about these kind of things and events. I think, we don't know fully what could happen, but we know that things can happen. Colloidal silver, yes, that can fight viruses. Apple cider vinegar, reading what Chris Stanley said. I've got two names confused here. The screen's jumping. The names on the screen are really faint. I see what you're saying. It's bolder, but the names are faint. So makes it kind of hard for me to see some of the things being said here, or at least who's saying them. So forgive me if I butcher some of that. Jason Ayers, let's see, he says, instant cup of soup, chicken and bouillon. Yes, Jason. Yeah, absolutely. And Jason's bought worms for me, by the way. So just heard it's in Mexico and Russia. Wow, this stuff is really, really spreading fast, and the Chinese New Year's not even get started yet. Yes, Cody Proc, buy seed. And yeah, I have links to my page to Tree Leaf Market. You need heirloom seeds. If you want to be able to grow your garden and recycle your waste, greengregs.com, www.greengregswormfarm.com, because that's what the red wigglers will do a job for you. And Cody knows. Cody can tell you about them. Cody's just harvested worm castings. I know because his mama sent me the pictures. Hey, tell your mama said thanks for the pics, Cody. That's great. Yeah, Cody is a young man who's doing great things. He is definitely on the road of independence, and that's where we need to be, on the road to independence, my friends, on the road to independence. But we're going to have to work together, and this is what I got to tell you. I'll do more in the future on trying to get us to working together, to try to build our tribes, our networks, what it's going to take to get through this. I think we're really beyond the phase of just individual prepping or just singular prepping. I will still cover this some, but we've got to focus more on really dealing with the things that's coming at us. And part of that will be 2 active shooters and see how. Well, see, that's just it. Things are coming at us from every direction right now. What I said, multidimensional train coming at us from everywhere. Look at this. Here we are in this country facing civil strife like we've never faced before. You ever heard the old adage, divide and conquer? Well, my friends, we've never been so divided since the 1860s. Is someone poised to conquer? What's happening? What they said about a house divided against itself. What did Abraham Lincoln say? And, he was the centrist. I'm not for that reason, because he was the one that gave us the big government. Some things about him I'm not fond of. Let me just put it that way. I'm not fond of big government, my friends. So all that because why? Because power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. And big government tends to metastasize. And it also tends to have the goal. He who has a goal makes the rule. And birds of a feather flock together. I mentioned all these things before. Deep South Home says hello. So these are things you all got to watch out for. These are things you've all got to worry about. But don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Be prepared. Be aware. Keep your eyes wide open and head on a swivel. And you really got to keep on a swivel. Things are coming at us from so many different directions. Like I said, we're divided. We face civil conflict in this country right here. We face from people that ordinarily would have got along just fine, a few years ago. Now we're being divided more and more. The division's running deeper. The hatreds are running higher. That's most unfortunate. We are facing global challenges. And we're not, if you live here in the United States, I got to tell you, my friends, you're not the most loved people in the world. There are people out there who really don't love you because of the things that's happened, because of the actions of our government. So keep that in mind. Be it right or wrong, what I don't abide by is attacking a wedding party and killing hundreds of innocent people to get one person. You want to make enemies? That'll do it. Cody Proctor, never stop praying. Awesome, Cody. I tell you, this young man he's something. He's great. He's out there. He's doing things. So I'm always encouraged to see youth who are proactive, who work hard, and have a good sense of morals, and are doing everything they can to advance independence, to grow his own food. That young man is spectacular. So I know he's got spectacular parents, and he's probably had a lot of tough love growing up to get there. So thank you, Cody. So, I've done a video on tough love, my friends. So that's a good way to raise your kids, if that's the only way to do it. It's the only true love is tough love, because we all have to, it's like the plants. You can't take a plant out of a greenhouse and set it in the field to die. It's got to be hardened off, which means it's got to be exposed to the sun and the wind gradually so it can get strong. That's what it takes. That's why in the Army you need a drill sergeant yelling at you before you go out and face combat. You won't be able to take it otherwise. That drill sergeant yelling at you is good for you. It gives you an attitude adjustment. Oh, that's terrible. Well, it serves its purpose, my friends. That's why they do it. I guess I got to do more bug out bags. If I had wanted to do a video on the blowguns this weekend, and my friends, I just didn't have time. My worm harvest is taking my time, and we've got some ice, and so I'm running a little bit behind on it. So I've got a little bit to make up here for. But anyway, my beds were iced over a little bit. You saw the swamp behind me I did last weekend. It was iced over here in the heart of Dixie. So we've had a good cold winter, and actually had really high sales. It's been a high sales week. So the high sales and the ice came together. That's things typically do. But we will persevere. We will get through it and go above and beyond. Well, Cody, you might be. Cody Prox says, Greg's making me feel like Superman. Well, you're a wonderful young gentleman there, Cody. I appreciate you. And I appreciate everyone else. You need a girl Friday. Says Cody. Only Friday? Yeah, all right, I get you. Okay, a lot of comments here. Wow, it's hard to keep up, guys. But that's good. I appreciate it. You're good people. You're really good people. And why I say that? Look, guys, you're in here trying to make a difference. You care. You wouldn't be listening to this video for all this time, 24 minutes and 49 seconds so far, if you didn't care, if you weren't trying to make a difference, if you weren't trying to learn. And that's what we need to do. We need to be here to learn. And that's why I'd have so many videos with such a wide range of topics. Now, if you look back and look at all the topics I put up there, you'll discover a little secret. They all weave together. There's a fabric. I'm telling a story, a big story with all these different videos. They're not standalone videos. They all fit together to paint a picture for what's going on, what you need to do. Both of these. I'm trying to prepare you guys in a broader context than most other channels. That's what you can learn. That's what you can get from me. I need more subscribers. Well, guys, share my videos. Please share them widely, because these are things that people need to know. And don't forget, we have a big session for prayer and meditation and silent protest coming up on 02/02/2020 at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I will do a dedicated video just specially for that will make it easier to share, because these live casts, I'm told, aren't the best things to share. I just hadn't had time to do it yet. Maybe I can do it tonight or tomorrow night. But there'll be a special video coming out just on this single topic, and I'll video it from my desk at home, and I'll just lay it out there, what it is and what needs to be done, so that everybody can see this and take action and share it. But do share I got many videos. Please share my videos, share them widely, go through them and look at them. There's many channels and user groups on Facebook and other places, your site, that you can share these videos. Let's get the word out, because we need to build a community. We are the agents of change. We are the ones who can take this to the next level. Especially with these meditative sessions, we can spread this. We can go viral. We can change the world. I'm thoroughly convinced of that. We can make this a better place. And we got things coming at us. Like I said, there's a train coming at us. And some people see that train as Armageddon. And that may be it. But when is that going to be? There may be other things hitting us before then. So we need to try to dampen the things that hit us today, to dampen the impacts, to dampen and mitigate them, especially for those that we love, our friends, our family. And Mushishi, I love all the hearts. Thank you. We need to dampen and mitigate the impacts to those that we love, to those around us, to innocent people. We need to be all about trying to protect those that are innocent. There's no reason the innocent should be falling prey to all these depravities going on around us, to all the craziness of the world. And it's up to us to do everything we can to try to prevent that. It's up to us to try to make this a better world. And if it does hit the fan, and if it happens, be it Armageddon, power grid down, be it Ragnarok, which is an older concept than Armageddon even, it's a cyclical, there's this idea of a cyclical thing that happens with the sun, with the magnetosphere, with, it looks like we've got about a 12,000 year cycle, 12,500 years, something on that order, of the major excursion in the magnetic field. Some people, like Ben Davison, believe that's driven by galactic magnetic sheets that sweep through the galaxy every 12,000 years, and we're seeing effects on nearby stars. Maybe it's coming. How do we prepare for that? Well, prepare. If you've not prepared, get started. I think a part of our mission is to get through whatever comes at us, to get to it as best as we can, and emerge on the other side and stand up and shine, to have a better world and get as many of us through as possible. Nicole, pole shift, and we're definitely getting a magnetic pole excursion. Will it shift? I don't know, but the excursion could be plenty bad enough just for the magnetic field. Ben Davison believes, and I'll do some videos talking about this more directly, he believes that the Earth will actually jerk in its rotation because of an induction effect of a super flare from the sun. We have seen that solar flares do infect the rotation of the Earth a bit. So a super flare might do that. It might cause, indeed, the Pacific Ocean to rise up. So if you're on the West Coast, beware. If the Pacific Ocean rises up, you're going to get the worst of it. How bad would it be? I don't think it would be as bad as the Chan Thomas stories, and I've got reasons for that. I'll go into this more in the future. I'm not going to have so much. Greg, do you have a P.O. box? Yes, P.O. Box 383, Tony, Alabama, 35773. That's my P.O. box. Yeah, nobody can find me directly from a P.O. box, can you? Yeah, they probably can. And thumbs up for Ben Davison from Charles Merrill. Uh, Ben Davison's a bright young man. I don't know that I agree with everything he says, but he's a bright young man. He's definitely a diamond saying he's got science saying that microflare is ever 100,000 year advent. Yeah. He thinks, I think that we passed the micro nova part, but that doesn't mean you won't have major solar flares. It doesn't mean that you won't have something bigger than the Carrington event. Like there was an event in about 700 AD. It's called the Charlemagne event, which is more powerful than the Carrington event. We've just missed recently a solar flare that shot out the other side of the sun that may have been more powerful than the Carrington event. With our magnetic field falling, it would not take anything as strong as the Carrington event to take down our power grid. So this is why I talk about these things. This is why you need to be aware of them. What we can do is try to push to get our power grid hardened. What we can do is try to go off the grid. What we can do is try to get more and more people off the grid. What we can do is prepare for ourselves. What we can do is get communities. What we can do is unite communities and tribes and networks of communities and tribes to be a community overall. That's what we can do. So we can start our own movement. We can be our own people. We can be a movement for peace, a movement for prosperity. But we do have to defend ourselves. We do have to, I believe in being inclusive with this because, like I say, and I've always said, there's good people all over the world, and they're innocent for the most part. It's the powers that take over the halls of governments who have self-interest to maintain what they're doing and who take over. Yeah, okay, shooting in Seattle. Yeah, okay, I've heard that already. That's terrible. That's terrible. These nuts that do that, they are really infringing on our freedoms because people react to that in terrible ways. It's a terrible thing to happen. And I hope that anyone who really cares about their rights would not commit such an act. Anyone who cares about our rights would try to prevent and stop anybody from committing such heinous acts. And I've often got to wonder if some of these might be planted, maybe, some of them. I'm not going to go into details or anything like that. I'm not going to go into allegations. But, one has to wonder sometimes. One has to wonder about things that are called false, flags. You have to watch what you say. We have such a freedom of speech here these days, right? So, our rights are definitely under, shall we say, challenge. So, all right, I'll beat on these topics. I talked about it quite a bit here. We're at 32 minutes, which is a long time. I see some yo's here between y'all. That's good. Oh, no, Maria Child. Oh, my gosh. Maria, you'd offer to be see if I can tap on yours. You'd offer to be something going on here. I can't tap it here. Okay. Let me look at here. A child. Oh, my gosh. See, these people are heinous. They do the awfulest things. And it's just some awful people in the world today. And, share your love. Share love, people. Share love with the people around you if they stop screening in Seattle airport. Oh, no, I thought they were screening 3 airports for this. Oh, my gosh. I'm just going through some of the comments. I'm scrolling back up. Oh, my. So I guess when I'm scrolling, I can't make people a moderator. I got to hit the comments when they're fresh. And Marie had said she'd be a moderator early on in my other video, and I didn't notice it till later. All right, guys, sharing on mine social media. Thank you, Shannon. So, guys, all right, a lot of comments. I really appreciate it. We got 254 people in here, 175 likes. I really appreciate that. Cody, 249. That's 251. I've ever been to Lineville, Alabama? Oh, maybe. Is that where you're at? I've been over the state in a lot of places. As I live here. I don't remember the name of every town I've been in. Born with a silver spoon never meant you were rich. Well, I definitely got a lot of debt, my friends. You're the man, Greg. Stay safe, says Canadian Vegan Outreach. Thank you, Canadian. Life's a stage and a lot of bad actors. No kidding, Tricia, it is. It is. But, sometimes the best way to fight the darkness is to shine love on it. The best way to fight hate is with love. Light on darkness and love on hate, my friends. Let's hang in there. Let's hang together. Let's hang in there. Let's band together, pray, meditate, and we will change the world. We've got the beginnings here. There's a large group here. We've got just the people in this chat room alone. If you, 262 people of you, if you band together and put your intention out there through prayer and meditation, just imagine what you can do, just even silent protest, you can make a change. This is enough people right here, right now, to make a very significant change. You can share this, share it with many people, share it on social media. We can make a big change, and especially promote the 02022020. We can make a big change. Be the change you want to be the change you want to see, because I know this is the path to liberty, and you are uniquely poised to make it happen because you're on the right side of light, freedom, and love. And that's what it's about: light, freedom, and love. Peace, as long as they'll let us have it. Absolutely. We've got to try to get people together. We've got to try to have peaceful protest to stop this machine of the world that's trying to grind us in. We can't stop that machine. We absolutely can. Thank you, Greg, from your Ozarks neighbor aspiring to be more like you. Well, thank you, Wise Owl. I want worms, says John. Yeah, okay, John. BringGregs.com. All right. Stormwatcher, love you, Greg. Thank you so much. Yeah, take 5-minute window after that. Yeah, my friends, I think my battery's about to run down here too. Thank you from South Carolina. Much love. Give me liberty, or give me, yeah, absolutely, Dan. Don, excuse me, Don Tetra. Yeah, I can't really see all that. Excuse me, guys. Hey, absolutely, give me liberty or give me death, said Patrick Henry. Yes, absolutely. And you know, Patrick Henry was a bit of a redhead, as was George Washington and quite a few of our founding fathers. So, yeah, don't mess with us gingers, right? Oh, yeah, oil of oregano. Absolutely. Oil of oregano is a great antiviral. Thank you, Allison Downey. Thank you. Oil of oregano. Absolutely. Honey, also. Soul's Eyes, thank you. Much love to you and everyone. Yeah. Thank you for prayer and encouragement. Yes, Ginger here. Hey, Susan Kelly. Yeah, I always thought I was a blonde, and I found out that strawberry blondes are actually gingers genetically, so I guess I am. Explains a lot. All right, my friends, but always keep a laugh. Always keep your humor. Always keep your soul. Don't let them take that from you. No matter how bad it gets, keep your soul. Don't let them get to you. Stay strong. Prepare yourself. I don't have to do a video just talking about that, how to stay strong, how to prepare yourself mentally for what's coming. My friends, like I said, trains are coming at us from every direction. I mean trains, and we're on the tracks. But I really believe that we can stop most of these trains, slow them down, or duck, that we can survive. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Willow Tree Farm. Hey, I did a video about willow, about it as a pain medicine. I said, Willow's your friend. So check out that video and many others. I do videos on medicinals. And yes, oil of oregano. I do grow some oregano, my friends. Absolutely. Potassium chloride, sodium. Yeah, guys, prepare. Get off the tracks. Yes, get us off the tracks. I'm working on that, Canadian Vegan. Get y'all off the tracks, to do everything I can to help you be aware and prepare. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm helping. We're going to move forward. We're going to move forward together, my friends. We are a community, and you are awesome people. I love all my subscribers because you are all awesome. You're all people here to make a difference, and I really, really appreciate everything you guys represent, what you're bringing, the care, the empathy, the love that comes from you. Go out and shine your love and your light into the world, and help people understand what they've got to do to prepare and get through this. We can make a difference. We can be the change. Let's start it. Let's go now. All right, I'm up to 40 minutes. It's time to end the video. Well, we got a dislike? I hope not. But anyway, can we love the one disliker? Yeah, we can, because everybody, sometimes people just have a bad perspective. I don't know. Then there's trolls. There's some people that hey, they love the deep state. They love totalitarianism. They love control. They're from darkness, maybe. I don't know. Marie, I'm going to make you a moderator here. Bam, I just found you there. Gotcha. You had asked about that earlier. So, my friends, let's see what's, so as I have a nice evening. Oh, thank you. Hey, guys, you're wonderful. I love you all. Go out and share the love, share the light. Stop back to this video and say a prayer. Do it again at midnight and 2 p.m. tomorrow. Let's pray for peace. Let's pray for containment of the coronavirus. Let's pray for a break in totalitarianism worldwide. And maybe all people around the world can unite, and we can start getting people from all places, all societies, all cultures into our meditative sessions, our power of intention. That will change the world beyond belief. We can be a huge change. So thank you, everyone. You're great. You're awesome. I thank the world of you. Have an awesome night, and good night.